mission. Let's get this flow done so I can show off the new DLC character that just came out today. Let's see. Where'd you go? Search of strength 42. That was right.
A warrior stands in your way.
Of course he's standing in the way. Oh, is this the same one? Alright. Yeah. Oh, I forget about that one attack.
You're mine.
Here it doesn't go. Here you go. I don't know what I was gonna say that. Okay. Yeah. Brandy. Muscus Blade level 42. Two warriors? Come on now. Another one. That's combos do more damage. Change weapon. Alright, let's try this weapon. Okay. And I just noticed that I didn't start with full health, so
now lays here to
yeah.
rest.
Alright, now I know not to go that way. Okay, at least we're there we go, all strines burning. Alright, let's get out of that. The deep review. Judgment. I'll try the deep ravine. I wandered through a forest. I stumbled across a deep ravine. The area around it littered with signs of a bloody battle. Hits I beaten up by power and wall here to do more damage to both you and Gnomes. How many points do I have? 3. 4. 4? Okay, never mind. Okay then. Ginger, lost. Slide it down. Let's build it. As I waded through the thick forest surrounding us, as I waited, I walked through the thick forest surrounding Australianburg Castle, I came across a seemingly bottomless chasm. Walking alongside it, I found traces of battle, fallen trees, churned earth, and the corpses of lizard men. As I continued on, the signs of fighting grew fiercer. What on earth could have happened? It was then I heard voices not too far away. This must be a piece of Astaroth. To think this could have happened to that brute. We may never create our golem as perfect as he again, but at the very least we must find his divine core and bring it back with us. So apparently Astaroth died. Seems kind of an unceremonious death. Have an iconic character like Azwel just killed off screen. Peering from behind a tree, I spied two priests examining the ground. Two lizard men accompanied them, most likely the comrades of the corpses I'd seen. Grah, grah! Suddenly the lizard men screeched in my direction. I'd been spotted. Who goes there? Who goes there? There we go. There goes that noise. Wow, that was quick. I wasn't even looking at his hook bar there. A lot of damage here. Oh. What the priest had been examining was a bluish arm, too big to be a human's, and covered in unusual cracks. Nearby, a large axe was embedded in a tree. Who could have defeated that monster? Suddenly, a strange earth struck the ravine, overwhelmed me. Looking down, I saw something white snagged on the cliff's wall far below. I strained my eyes and saw that it was a tattered white cloth, covered in blood. Then I realized I was looking at Maxie's jacket. As I leaned forward to see if I could spot Maxie himself, a malicious presence approached me from behind. By the time I realized I was under attack, it was too late. Something pushed me from behind, and as I plummeted down to the rocky depths, the last thing I remember seeing was a bloody lizard man at the ravine's lip, screeching victoriously. Sneak attack! When I opened my eyes, I found myself in a dimly lit cave. The burbling of a river and the crackling of a fire filled the air. Enjoy your sleep? You know, I catch a lot of fish here, but you're the second person I've hooked now. I turned my head towards the voice and saw an old man sitting by a campfire. He wore unusual clothing and religious paraphernalia was hanging from his waist. Perhaps he was a shaman or a cleric of some sort. This river flows from the base of a mountain a short distance from here. That's where you washed in from. I looked you over, and you seem to have no major injuries. How do you feel? I told him I was fine and thanked him, then asked him about the other person he'd found. He said he discovered a badly wounded man not long ago. His injuries so severe that he'd lost the use of his limbs. Realizing he needed specialized help, the old man took him to a doctor in a village a short distance away. However, he had yet to receive word of if the injured man had awoken. For now, he needs more rest than anything. I have a feeling he'll wake up and walk from the village on his own 2 feet. It would be wise of you to give him time to recover. His gentle words hanging in the air, the old man made his way out of the cave.
Your soul surges in your body.
See, Dandy. Apparently it didn't save me getting that Bird of Death title last time. Oh well. All until judgment. SoulCalibur was waiting at the end of my journey to deepen my connection with the two swords, saying he wished to test my strength. He readied his weapon to attack. Oh cool. No special gimmicks, it's just a good old-fashioned fight with SoulCalibur. Let's do this then. I traveled long and far and battled a number of skilled warriors by the time a messenger from the vault found me. Natalie and Dion wanted to meet, so I set off without delay. The vault has begun gathering its forces near Australinsburg Castle. I glanced over my shoulder to see SoulCalibur staring at me intently. As always, he had simply appeared out of thin air. Your destiny has become closely entwined with the swords. Whether your connection is strong enough to master the blades, I do not know, but you should be able to retrieve one from the astral chaos, temporarily at least, but before you do. With deadly silence, SoulCalibur readied his enormous blade. This is your final test. Show me your power. Even if you can claim one of the swords, you will die if you are unable to master it. Bring it, buddy. Test the power of the Reaper.
Battle 1. Fight!
How you use that power?
Okay.
Battle 2. Fight!
Whoopsies. Woo! Alright.
Hope in shreds. Fight! I've waited for
Oh, no, he got it.
my abyss shall
Shall
take
take
you. Satisfied now?
Satisfied now. Whoopsies. Oh, you cursed me. Whoops. Oh boy. No, I'm trying to counter.
Battle 4. Fight!
Oh,
Know the power.
Of the abyss!
oh no.
Final battle! Fight! Die!
Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I was trying to go.
It's only 10 steps.
Whoop. There we go. Woo. You have promise. Whether you draw the spirit sword or the cursed sword, you have but one chance to use it. Do not waste it. I parted with SoulCalibur and made my way to Natalie and Dion. I was ready to summon one of the swords in the astral chaos. My goal was clear: defeat Azwel. When I arrived at the forest by Australinsburg Castle, Dion and Natalie were just finishing their preparations. We're in a distant time, KD. Our allies are in position, and Naval is about to launch its full-scale assault on the castle. Our information tells us the ceremony will be held in a large chamber. Held in large chamber? About in a large chamber. Called the Hall of the Chosen. That is where Azwel must be. KD, you need not await our orders. Azwel is too powerful to defeat with mere stratagems or tricks. So when you see an opportunity to strike him down, take it. Win or lose, this will be our final battle with that madman. When you are ready, let us know. The final key. Well, the goat was being successfully performing guarded. The five great letter for Lambu. Lihan had yet another request for me, but this one was different. He wanted to convince Long Wu, Lin Pei's guard, to join forces with the Five Rings. Only low attacks are effective to defeat your opponent. Oh, it's good to see you again. Hold on a minute. Check something. Alright. Back. Ruan beamed and waved me over to the table. I sat down and leaned forward. I wanted to talk with you about Lin Pei. I worked with Kong Wang for a long time, so I'm aware of his troubles with the jackal. We'd always thought he was a loner, so no family or anything. But apparently his bodyguard is actually his beloved daughter. Her name is Lan Wu. She's an incredible fighter. She's always at Lin Pei's side, keeping him safe too. However, Ruan says Lan Wu might not be his real daughter at all. I asked about the possibility of Lin Pei having a child in secret, or after Ruan retired. The old man took out a few folded documents. Naturally, I investigated the matter. This is what came up. The papers detailed Lin Pei's life, but the final page was different. It was an account of a family attacked by bandits while traveling over a decade ago. The parents were slain and their valuables were stolen, but the daughter went missing. It was possible that the girl was Lan Wu. She would have been just a child at the time, so it's hard to know if she'd remember her parents, but if she's not Lin Pei's daughter, maybe she'd work with us. What do you think, Katie? It's just persuading Lan Wu to help stop the fighting. She's just telling Lan Wu that Lin Pei killed her parents. There we go. After hearing your suggestion to convince Lan Wu to forge a pact between the two gangs, Zihan nodded in agreement. A fine plan. Needless conflict does no one any good. I doubt Lin Pei will accept a proposal like that after all these years of bad blood. However, I have a plan. In any case, we need to separate Lan Wu from Lin Pei in order to talk to her, but they recognize Ruan and me in a heartbeat. That's where you come in. I agree, but it was a risky task to undertake. I attacked Lin Pei just as he left the safety of the city. A sharp-eyed young woman was at his side, just as Zihan said there would be. Who in the blazes are you? You dare attack my father in front of me, you will not get away. I exchanged blows with Lan Wu while slowly maneuvering her away from Ling Pei. After I put some distance between us and him, the woman shifted her stance and narrowed her eyes at me. You learned me with my father, are you? What is it you're after? Tell me now. Hello, attacks. That's what I'm after. Apparently, according to this mission. Hi, everybody new, welcome to the stream.
Battle 1. Fight!
Come on. Really? Get me away from the edge.
I'm going all out. Get ready.
Aw, man.
Final battle. Fight!
Oh my. Ooh. There we go. So double attacks were effective. Now what? The 5 rings, tricks and schemes. You beat me, kill me quickly. Kill you? I could never do something so wasteful. You're such a beautiful blossom. You're Zihan. Oh, you do me an honor by remembering me. How wonderful. So would you be my wife? Huh? Play games with me and I will make you suffer. Please think for a moment if we are aware of the conflict between our organizations could no longer continue, and then we, as well as the people of our cities, will be the sigh relief. Besides, we would suit each other well. Everyone wins, and everyone lives happily ever after. Don't be ridiculous. My father would never. He may be more interested than you believe. Please give him this letter. Farewell for now. Zion waved goodbye to Lambu. As he watched me leave, I asked him what the letter said. Just a polite summary of a few things I know, which included, implicitly or explicitly, a threat that Zihan would share this knowledge with Lambu if Lin Pei chose to decline the offer. I could feel that Zihan was barely suppressing an amused laugh. He was beginning to remind me of Hong Long. It seemed a little forced, but I felt that the two gangs would likely come to an agreement before long. $400 cues. Alright, now for this one. Hamilton met an uninvited guest. The day before the exhibition, I went to visit Malta, but when I arrived, 3 opponents. It was the day before the exhibition. I made my way to Volta's smithy and saw a lavishly decorated carriage waiting outside. Volta, if you drop out of the exhibition now and work under me, I'll treat you well. I recognize your talent and I'll give you more money than you could make here in this hovel. You want me to slave away for you? Making cheap words? Keep dreaming, Yashi. Ha ha ha, what a spirited lass. Volta noticed me approaching as we confronted her rival. Hey, you came at just the right time. This is the Smith I was talking about. Give him a good smack for me. You plan on making the same mistake as your father, girl? A man, accompanied by his soldiers, appeared at the door. It seemed the carriage belonged to him. Stop right there. You aren't welcome in this shop, Asin. Such insolence! You dare to speak to royalty in such a manner? If you're royalty, then you should try acting like it. Is it seemly for a man of such esteemed lineage to try to harass a small-time smith into dropping out of a contest? I'm glad you understand why I'm here. Do as I wish if you value your life. Your pardon, Lord Asen, but that's... Be silent, Yashin. I'll make you rich, but I will not tolerate you talking back to me. Make him rich and take a bit off the top for yourself, right? Are the bribes from this bargain bin blacksmith not enough for you anymore? Jeez, that tongue moves too freely. Men, cut it out and nail it to the door. I sent soldiers drew their weapons and I moved between them and Volta. Workshop is no place to fight. I had to force them outside. My ring's outside. My ring's outside. There we go. That sounds more like him.
Is that it? Not yet.
Yeah. Alright, that's the opponent. Oh.
The soul of a warrior now lays here.
That's not okay. That is all good. Gonna give me a chance here at some point. Oh. Oh, that's very nice. What a very nice bit of health recovery. Doesn't really seem that worth it. Nope. Okay, that was my fault that time. Same exact position too. Alright, this time, this girl ain't gonna get lucky with her hits. There we go. Or health. Almost seems like I'm never allowed to win on the second time. Most of the time when I do these reversal edges in this move. Aha! Alright, come on now. There we go. Alright. You'll pay for that. You have insulted me great. Hopefully this day I'll see that you meet the same fate as your father, girl. And I'll have to make sure you don't talk. Walter spoke in a quiet, dangerous tone I had never heard from her before. Quicker than the eye could see, she thrust a sword under Asin's nose. Yaw! Wait, take it easy, Walter. Lord Asin. Let us simply return home. Yashin supported the mercenary captain as he led him away. If you're a real smith, let your work do it. Do the talking. Walter was alright for the moment, but I feared for her safety. Next day, Volta and the other competitors gathered to hear the final results of the exhibition. I hereby commission you to craft weapons for the army and grant you this royal shield as a mark of your station. Volta had become a royal smith for the kingdom's army. She had won back the shield with the crest of King Said the First, and with it, her family's honor. Yay! Actually, we did it. Bah, this cannot stand. Your Majesty, those two threatened Yashin and drew arms against me. A member of the nobility, such rogues cannot be trusted with crafting weaponry that would defend this kingdom. Ah, Sin, it's good you're here. I heard a most interesting rumor recently. You've been using our kingdom's mercenaries for private business, yes? Well, what? A great deal of money is required to provide weapons for an army. Sadly, some may consider this a chance to profit for themselves. For example, people who use their mercenaries for personal gain. I've been watching you for the past few months, you know, and I'm aware of what occurred yesterday. So, Sin, do you have anything you'd like to add? Nothing at the moment, then. In that case, I shall firstly take command of your mercenaries. If you have more words, you can speak them before a judge. Guards, take them away. But, your Majesty! Yashin's former workshop was seized by royal order and became the royal smithy. There, the technique used to make rust-proof swords was employed to create farm implements, and the region became famed for its metalwork. It seemed the king himself was far more skilled and intrigued than the hapless conspirators. Uncrowned Emperor. Cash guard, leveled up. Alright. Let's just go do the final key. Chaos and order. Oh man, he has health recovery. That's no good. Weaving my way through the battlefield, I at last arrived at the Hall of the Chosen in Ostrensburg Castle. There Azwel stood waiting for me, eager to reveal the key ingredient he needed to make his plans a reality. Alright. One simple covers over time. Defeated. This is good. Spartanburg Castle was filled with the clash and clamor of battle. Everywhere I looked, groups of Aval soldiers fought desperately against the qualifier. Before I knew it, I lost sight of Natalie and Diamond in the fray. As I made my way upstairs, the sounds of battle grew dim. Eventually, only the sound of my footsteps echoed through the silent halls. The Hall of the Chosen was just ahead. The Hall of the Chosen was nothing like I had imagined. Large gaps in the crumbling castle walls let in the quiet silvery light of the moon, illuminating Azwel. He turned to face me as I entered, spreading his arms wide. That was very rude of you to keep me waiting, my friend, but I knew you would come. I looked around, and it was just the two of us. Relax, it is just the two of us. No one shall disturb us. The others have their hands full downstairs. But it is such a tragedy they are killing each other over this, is it not? It appeared the ceremony had yet to begin. I needed to act fast. I readied my weapon, and Azwel's grin broadened. My, how strong you have become. I knew it, you're perfect. For you to make it this far shows how close to the gods you are. Seeing the puzzlement on my face, Azwel sighed and wagged his finger in disapproval. Think for a moment. What do we need to create the ultimate seed? Firstly, we take the power of the spirit and curse swords. Then we mix in the energy of the heavens, today's celestial spectacle, and the energy of the earth, the ley lines. Is that supposed to say that key lines? Because I didn't even think ley was a word. Even those fools of the Aval organization would no doubt have figured that out, even without my research notes. However, that alone is not enough. Why, we could destroy a country or two, but that's boring. We are aiming to change the very world, my dear. We are still missing one key component. And what is it we lack? Something to create an enormous wave of energy. Something that can absorb power, amplify it, and loose it with exponentially greater force. In other words, you. To my surprise, Azwel pointed at me. The moment I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were the one. A human who was able to absorb the power of the astral fissures. A human who could even claim the power of the astral chaos. Oh, when we first met, you were still too weak for my needs. So I allowed you to live, knowing you would become more powerful eventually. I bided my time until the day we would meet again. And here you are. Everything has led up to this one perfect moment. Today you and I are part of a beautiful miracle. Azwel lifted his two swords menacingly. All that remains now is to force the power of these blades to resonate with the power inside you. Chaotic energy and the might of these swords will intertwine, amplify, and burst forth. Then, and only then, will the ultimate seed come into being and cleanse this world. Though you will most likely die in the process, your death will not be in vain. You will be the stepping stone for humanity's greatest evolution. Oh, what a glorious happy fate. Oh no, don't tell me you think to resist. Fret not, I will give you pure ecstasy, that I promise you. All I have to do is impale you on these swords and my plan will succeed. So come, let the finale commence. It has all come down to this. I'm pretty sure this is not the end, though. After this fight, there's still going to be more to it.
Battle 1. Fight!
Oh!
Let us guide the human race together!
Yeah.
Take this and this! Sweet dreams! Here I go! Hey! Here I go! Take this and this!
That'll work. Ah, I got stunned.
Battle
Woo, got one round on him.
Battle 3. Fight.
Oh boy.
Weapon on.
Oh. Come on. Got him. Alright, one more round.
To reach my goal. Fight.
Ugh. Oh, I'm surprised they don't cover the back more. Maybe that's not right. Oh. Oh, I was trying to see if I can count. Oh boy.
Final battle. Fight.
Nope, not this time.
Can you stand?
Ah, no, I can't block it. No.
You passed. Take this. Release. Why do you resist?
Why do you resist? Oh man. No, he blocked it. No. Oh, he's got me. Boy.
Excellently done.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Alright.
Battle 1. Fight. Let us guide the human race together.
Aha! What do you have to say to that, buddy?
Battle
Perfect.
2. Fight.
Oh boy.
Here I go.
Nope. Good. Oh no, I missed.
Battle 3. Fight.
That was the worst.
Can you stand the
Fuck. That's exactly when they use that.
past?
I did not mean to do that attack. There we go.
To reach my goal. Fight.
Nope. No. What do I resist? Oh. Nope. Gotcha.
begun to change. I knew you would not disappoint. In that case, I shall have to show you the ace up my sleeve.
Of course, it's an ace up the sleeve.
I will not be defeated. Using you as the key, I will save the human race. I am so close, so very close to the moment my beloved humans shall be freed from their cruel fate. Let's be done with this. Will you stop me and emerge victorious? Or shall I claim victory and lead humanity to a new era? With all my might, I shall make you mine!
Dun dun dun. The journey's end. Oh, yep, this is the end. It's the end part. Ooh, one level higher than me. You know what? I'm gonna fix that. The opponent's permanently soul charged and the health recovers over time. Oh, level 52. Alright. Let's blow surrounding area one. Hello, anyone who's new, welcome to the stream. Welcome to SoulCalibur 6. While searching for information on the cursed sword, the name of a mansion in the British Empire came up time and again. Perhaps I could find some clues there. With that in mind, I set off. Opponent's attacks are effective against guards. I heard rumors of a place in the British Empire that might have something to do with the cursed sword. When I arrived, I found a ruined mansion. Out of courtesy, I knocked before entering a seemingly abandoned building. Inside, I found old portraits on the walls and furniture covered in dust. When I reached the central courtyard, I heard footsteps. What do we have here? I guessed. It has been ever so long. Are you a friend of Lord Valentine? May I inquire as to your name? The man spoke politely, but he had a dangerous air about him. I gave my name, careful not to take my eyes off of him. Oh, how surprisingly candid of you. My name is Fiddler. Since you've come all this way, I feel I should tell you a bit about the place. This was once the estate of the renowned merchant and noble Lord Valentine. See that crest? It once adorned the prows of merchant galleons in harbors from London to Venice and the world beyond. He was brilliant, but sadly grew erratic not long after he began his research into the alchemical arts. His wits faded as his obsession for something called soul edge grew. He squandered his fortune and died of sickness along with his beloved wife, and now, well, see for yourself what has become of his legacy. He had an exceptionally beautiful young daughter. But no one knows what became of her. Some say his madness transformed itself into his daughter's curse. Anyway, I believe I've amused myself enough for today. Might as well be a dear and help me flank this fool. I glanced over my shoulder and was shocked to see a woman dressed in Eastern garb standing right behind me. It looks like this fiddler had been buying time until his partner showed up. You're as cowardly as ever, fiddler, but you are wise to wait for me. A woman named Miser. You see, friend, this is our, what do you call it, secret base? Yes, that sounds right. Now that you've seen us, we simply can't let you leave alive. You face number 8, Fiddler the Butcher now. I'm known as number 5, the Breaker. Let's do this. Good boy. I'm gonna lose anyway. Ooh, reverse psychology works excellently. Yeah. Not bad. I'm impressed you could hold your own against the both of us. Although I had managed to hold off their attacks thus far, these two were incredibly skilled fighters. I was considering just how to make my escape when a shout rang out from somewhere in the house. Hey, stop playing around, you idiots. Number 3's almost back. A large man wielding a giant sword appeared in a window at the top of the mansion. Next to him stood a crafty-looking old man with a monocle. If Shylock comes back and sees us held off by this peon, he'll kill us for sure. Billick, Greed. Bill Greed, lend us a hand here if you please. There was no way I'd survive if my bonus numbers grew further. I made a split-second decision and bolted for the exit. How long I ran, I don't know. It didn't appear that I was being pursued, but I thought it wise to not stop until I was far, far away. I don't know who those people in the mansion were, but they were too good to be mere thieves or bandits. And now that they knew my face and my name, it would be in my best interest to never go near that place again.
Your soul surges in your body.
Boiling contempt. Thought so. Bonus mission. The more time remaining on completion, the greater your reward. Defeat your opponent. Well then. I forgot about that move. I always forget about certain moves. Arrived at destination. arrived at the tavern long after the sun had set. The place was loud and lively. At a table of tipsy young folk playing cards, a wizened old lady nursed a mug. A barmaid giggled with a customer, but what caught my eye was a well-built fellow at the end of the counter. Blinking silently, he surveyed the room, an occasional smile forming on his lips. I made my way through the throngs of people to the counter. While I was waiting for my drink, the man slipped up to me and began to speak. Evening, you're a different sort, aren't you? It seemed that the man had noticed me too. I asked him what he meant by a different sort, and he smiled. My hobby's people watching, you see, so I get a kick out of finding people like yourself who are a little, well, unusual, shall we say. I pulled back, not wanting to get involved with this shady character, but he carried on, talking regardless. I met me another different sort the other day, a white-haired fellow with strange golden eyes. He was covered in scars, so I thought he might have been a rough sort, but turns out he wasn't bad folk. Interesting too. Nana too. Said he was looking for a sorcerer. Oh, let's tell him about the old lady across the river, the one who knows a thing or two about medicine. You know, the Witch of the Oak. When he came back the next day, he wasn't happy. He said, "Damn it, don't need some old hag who can lend some boil. Need someone who can open a gate, or know someone who can. Tell me where to find them now, the cheek." Apparently, the white-haired man just shrugged and left when he found no answers. So you know, as a person of a different sort yourself, what do you think that guy's deal was? It's more of the magic. I didn't really pay attention to her story that much, to be honest. Haha, I like the way you think. Besides, I can see it. Certainly was funny enough, that one. Well, whatever he was, he looked real serious, like he'd never had a laugh in his life. The man seemed to suddenly remember something and pointed to the table of card players. He told me they had card games where he's from, too. Asked me what sort of rules we play by here. Boy, was he ever clever. Picked the game up in seconds. He cleaned me out in a twinkling, too. It really was like magic. Ha! The man continued to talk for hours, flitting from topic to topic with seemingly no intention of stopping. I'm probably gonna fight another guy along the way. Never mind. I thought I was gonna face. I thought I was gonna get stopped. Oh well. Echoes of fate. Journey's done. Your opponents have reduced health, but their attacks absorb your health. Hey there, Green Arrows. What's up? Back into the stream. Just playing SoulCalibur 6. And thank you for the follow. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Always appreciate that. Cool. I'm Meadow is now following too. Thank you very much. I visited the ruins of an old port town in pursuit of a rumor about the evil sea. There I found the man who had saved me once before. Undead. Undead, huh? Thank y'all for the follows. The rumors were true. The port was abandoned and no signs of life could be seen among the empty shells of buildings in the ruined docks. I'm just going through the... Alright, see you in a bit. Green arrows. I'm just going through the Libra of Souls mode, almost done with it. I'm like leveling myself up a bit for the final battle with Azwel, and then after I'm done with this mode, I'm gonna do some 2B gameplay, because she's a new DLC character that just came out today. And I haven't actually used her yet. I'm gonna use her. Something drew me to search the desolate streets. I walked for several minutes until I reached an open area, and standing there was Azwel. I should have known you would appear. I take it the rumors about the cursed sword and the evil seed reached you. Very well, we shall speak, but first... Azwel lifted his hand, gesturing to the ruins around us. But before I had seen nothing, I now noticed twisted creatures skulking in the shadows. The color of their skin, their movements, they were certainly not human. With ghastly cries, they raised their weapons and shambled toward us. Those beings are bound here by the evil that corrupts this place. They feed on the souls of those drawn here by rumors and raise their fallen victims as new members of their foul horde. And now they wish to feed on you. Dun dun dun! Perfect. Roar. Oh, I meant to ask if the audio was good before I left. Oops. Well, if anyone can tell me if the audio is good, that'd be really nice. I think it should be. I'm kind of using the same setup I had last time. Oh boy. Oh, no. There we go. Da. Boss. They're always been this other round. Whatever. We got him. My top hat was destroyed, but I don't care. Once I destroyed the twisted creatures hunting me, Azwel began to speak as though nothing had happened. Around 30 years ago, the cursed sword slept in this very place. This was also the pirate Cervantes' base of operations once he came into possession of the sword. But Cervantes' days were numbered. The blade was shattered by a Grecian warrior blessed by the gods, Sophitia. Unbeknownst to her, she had only destroyed half the cursed sword. How? Because with Cervantes as its owner, the sword had become one of a pair. Soul had transformed itself to fit the character of the one who wields it. Cervantes used a pair of swords in battle, and the cursed sword happily split into two to better serve him. Happily. That changed the very destiny of the sword. A desolate port town, poisoned by the sword's influence, gave Azwel's words an extra weight. Where we stand now, in this very spot, the young swordsman Siegfried claimed the remaining sword. When he did, the evil seed sprang forth. It is as yet unclear what created the evil seed, and why some, such as you, were affected. It is clear, however, that the fates of many were changed, resulting in the world as we know it. Fate deals its hands without prejudice. Azwel's voice slowly quieted until at last he was silent. After a few moments of contemplation, he looked up at me. Enough talking. There is nothing here for you now. Nothing that will change your fate. What was Azwel doing there? I had no idea. Perhaps, like me, he faced an inescapable fate. Hello, anyone who's new, welcome to the stream. We got cursive. Nothing's there. City of the Dead. It's over here. Ooh, that's a weird way. Let's try this. As I looked around the Curler merchant store, my eyes fell upon a sword that the locals believed to be cursed. Its name, Soul Edge. The opponents have reduced attack power, but their attacks are poisonous. 3 enemies. Alright, here we go. The antique shop was located in a merchant city along the coast. The shop was filled to the brim with various oddities, paintings and carvings, sets of armor, foreign pottery, strange masks, and other ways, but one subject caught my eye, a sword decorating the shop wall. The merchant saw my gaze fixed on it and approached me. See something you fancy? That sword is known as Soul Edge. It's an extremely rare blade. Legends say that the now deceased merchant Versi spent his entire life trying to get his hands on it, and he even commissioned the pirate Cervantes to search for the sword. Unfortunately for Versi, once Cervantes found the sword, he refused to give it up. The shop owner suddenly lowered his voice. Truth is, some say the sword is cursed and that it kills all who wield it. I've sold this thing to many people, but it keeps finding its way back to my shop. The previous owners, they all died. Locals have started calling it the cursed sword. So you believe in curses? No way. Cursed or not, I can tame it. Oh, aren't you a brave soul? Then maybe you're the one who wields this blade, so how about it? Would you like to make a purchase? I examined the sword once more. I could sense nothing. It was just a simple blade. It was evident to me that this was not Soul Edge. And I informed the shop owner that it was a forgery. An ugly look flashed across his face. Just when I thought I'd found another sucker. Alright boys, get out here. Several brawny men appeared from the back of the shop. Sorry, it's just business. I can't have you leaving here and spreading rumors about me. That would hurt my bottom line. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Alright. For some reason I have a Jurassic Park music in my head right now. Alright. 2 more bonus. I did not mean to do that. There. Woo! What kind of weapon is that? That he's got. Seems a bit different than most of the other ones. I know it's a Siegfried sword, but it's still kind of funny. It looked like a toy. I know they've had joke weapons in SoulCalibur before, but... You beat them all by yourself. That's not possible. I got... Thank you. What can I say except you're welcome? After being handed over to the authorities, the shop owner revealed everything about his sinister scheme. He claimed the sword was cursed, sell it at a bargain price, kill those who bought it, and take the blade back to sell again, thus giving some sort of credence to the fabricated curse. There were many curious men and women who were eager to own such an oddity and paid for it with their lives. The blade was not Soul Edge, however, its curse was real, a curse born from the minds of men. Taking this lesson to heart, I continued on my journey. The shell of a proud man. Let's see. We'll go for it. Again, I'm surprised I didn't get ambushed on the way there. Weird. All hits do much more damage for both you and your opponents move more quickly. 26, 26, 32. Where's the thing? I traveled into the Black Forest in search of Schwarzswing's hideout. Eventually, I came across an old castle lit by a torchlight. What kind of group would hold themselves up in a place like this, and why? I could see light shining through the trees from deep within the forest. It appeared as though the information I received earlier about the location of the Schwarzswing base could be trusted after all. Several young people were gathered in front of what looked to be the headquarters. As I approached the building, paying no mind to the frosty stares of the sentries, I happened upon a tall young man seated on a wine barrel by the entrance. Who the hell are you? I told the man about my encounter with Salida and that she had instructed me to come here. Oh, so you're the one that stopped those two clowns. Glad you came. The name's Landol. We're looking forward to you joining us. It seemed the man misunderstood the reason for my coming. When I tried to ask him what he meant by joining, he quickly stood up. Alright, chumps, let's give him the usual treatment. The usual treatment, Ave. Oh, okay, so I was lost. Pointing. The double perfect. Very good talk about Alright. Oh, that hurt. Ow. Nope. Aha! Whoop! No.
Come at me!
Oh, that was good. That took a little bit. Should have got last kill on him. You're pretty good. You're almost as good as I am. No more Siegfried's ever pestered me. We could really use someone like you. It appeared this was some sort of crude initiation. I was about to explain to him that he was mistaken about my reasons for coming here when I heard a voice call out from afar. Man, dude, what are you doing? This person is not a new recruit. Huh? But you said the other day that you found a good one. This is him, right? I mean, he's really strong. All I said was that it would be nice if he joined us. I never said he was actually going to. Huh? So that's what you meant? Oh, I'm sorry for putting you through that there. I'm so sorry that another member of our group has caused you more trouble. I told her I didn't mind and once again asked her about Schwarzwind. Schwarzwind is a group of like-minded individuals gathered under the banner of our commander Siegfried. Truthfully, at first we were little more than a band of thieves in this case that meddled in the affairs of the corrupt aristocrats and merchants who had a strong hold on the population. One night, under cover of darkness, Schwarzwind attacked a group of knights returning from a long campaign. Siegfried led the charge, overwhelmed the commander, and slew him. As if the heavens were celebrating his victory, the moonlight shone on the face of the man Siegfried had triumphantly killed. That commander was none other than Siegfried's long-lost father. That realization that he had murdered his own father destroyed Siegfried. After that he disappeared, and we still don't know where he is. I can still hear the grief-stricken screams he let out that night. But I believe that he will return someday, and it's important for us to be there for him when he does, because without us he would have no one to return to. And that's why we're working as mercenaries with people here. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for letting in, as a leader while Siegfried is away. Well, leading this kind of life can be pretty boring at times, so some members go off and do their own thing. That's why we thought it would be nice if you joined us, as a way to raise group morale. I told them that while I was honored, I would have to turn them down. I was on a quest of my own. Just to let you know, the reason we told you about our base here is because we know you're strong and we feel we can trust you. We thought we would show you this place and invite you to join us after telling you more about our group. Once you complete the quest you're on, please come back. We'll be waiting for you. Yeah, you're always welcome here.
Your soul surges in your body.
Right over there. Merchant, Thomas the friend. You know what? Let's just go ahead and wait. Go to the north. How many enemies? 2. Using the request by the nobleman near Samarkand, I found myself traveling to the north of the Italian peninsula in search of white truffles. I came across a lord who promised to reward me with the rare food if I dispelled the criminals who had overtaken the mountains. The opponents had increased defense. Are we just getting right into it, or do we have a... Oh, we'll get right into it. Oh. Alright. Lord gave me some fragrant white truffles. I need to hurry and deliver them to Samarkand. An expedition. Alright. Now what? Trade route, longing to see the world. Bless my days, is it really you? When I arrived at the Lord's manor, I was greeted by the familiar voice of his daughter. She trotted to the gate and pushed it open for me. She seemed in good health. My words were thankfully for naught. It is so wonderful to see you again. Haha, you seem surprised. As you can see, I am much better. Father, you'll never guess who's here. Come quickly, it's QD. As I live and breathe, what a pleasure to see you again. What ho? All those white truffles you have there. Oh my, the word thank you does not do enough to express my gratitude. Naturally, bringing fresh truffles directly from Italy was impossible. So I brought Italian-grown dried ones. Though this affected their taste, there was little I could do about that. Hopefully, she would be able to make something nice with them. I handed her the truffles and made to leave, though I was stopped by a tug at my sleeve. Please stay a while longer. You must allow me to prepare you something to eat this time, though I cannot promise anything sophisticated. A short while later, she presented an Italian dish named fungi, a mushroom pasta. What a tantalizing smell! Even the gods' mouths must be watering. Katie, do you know where this dish originated? Some say pasta came from this very land. When I told her I didn't know that, she blushed. I read it in a book. I have spent most of my life in this house, leafing through dusty tomes and dreaming of the world outside. Pasta traveled from here all the way to Italy. I hope to make the same journey myself one day, but will I ever get the chance to see the wonders of the world? I wanted to tell her that the world was a dangerous and scary place, but I bit my tongue. She was intelligent, so no doubt she understood that already. What kind of person would I be if I had robbed her of her dreams? Instead, I told her about the really much sweet noodles I had eaten in a place far to the east of Italy. Trade route, the lady's request. The oasis city of Samarkand has been a center of trade for thousands of years. The wealth and power of commerce fueling its development into a great metropolis. But more than just goods pass through this city, people do as well, ever coming and going. A letter addressed to me arrived at my inn in Samarkand. One of the lines read, I would be most grateful if you could bring me some cocoa beans. The sender had neglected to sign their name, but the handwriting looked familiar. It looked to be sent by the rich lord's daughter, but why did she feel the need to contact me in this indirect manner? I searched my memory for everything I knew about cocoa beans. If I remember correctly, the beans were used as the base for a drink in the New World called Cool. It's especially popular with the people in trade. I've never seen the beans for myself. Perhaps if I headed to Spain or to a place where Spanish merchants traded, I might find something. For the sake of the Lord's daughter, I was willing to give it a try. Do that some other time. I think it's about time for the final battle against Azwel. I'm one level above you now, sucker! Alright. Ring out's disabled. Let's say all damage plus 10%. Yeah. Azwel unleashed the power of the two swords, warping the very fabric of reality around us. This battle would likely prove to be our last. The opponent is permanently soul charged and their health recovers over time. Here we go, folks. The final battle. Let's do it. Aha!
The new age begins! Take this and this!
Take this and this! Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. This might take a little while. We shall see. Oh boy. Joke's on you, we're going to disable. Oh. Oh. Rats.
Excellently done. Battle 3. Fight. Over here. Such brilliant. Be careful. Weapon on. Let me guide you.
The soul of a warrior
That did
now
not go
lays
very
here
well.
to rest.
We'll get it eventually though.
Battle 1. Fight. The new age begins.
Oh no. No. Have to flipping.
Become mine. Excellently done. Battle 2. Fight.
Some of the break down here.
How cathartic.
Oh. I think we were gonna little attack. Why don't I do the same attack twice? Alright. No. There we go. Only got one round on him.
Battle 4. Fight.
Go for it. typical CPU always spamming the same combo in fighting games. He pretty much did that last one 3 times in a row.
Battle 1. Fight.
You guys all know CPUs are the equivalent of online games.
Become mine.
Drat.
How cathartic. Be careful. Weapon on.
I refuse to accept that he got a perfect on me.
Battle 2. Fight.
Surprised he didn't do that whole power reason thing or whatever. What? That's so dumb shit on his over. I could have totally gotten him there. Hey.
Battle 3. Fight. Oh my. Let me guide you. How cathartic.
Oh, that was bad, dude. Oh, of course he couldn't see. I think he had a reversal edge there.
Battle 4. Fight.
Oh, at least he missed. Oh, I don't want to do that. Aha. Nope. Alright, here we go. Get him here.
Final battle. Fight.
Oh, it's stripping down those tiny waves. Aha! Got that one. Oh, yeah. Say your prayers.
Come at me.
Uh-oh. Yes. Got this.
What an anomaly. Go. Oh my.
We blocked it. Oh, no, we didn't block it. Yeah! Victory! Oh boy, what a fight. Alright, that didn't take that long. A few tries. We got him.
It's not over yet.
You think so? I saw him here, by the way.
Shall free humanity from the binds of fate.
SoulCalibur, baby! Boom! No, except my sleeve as well.
You are the one I sought.
Him and his Thanos gauntlets. Yeah. The torrent of light consumed my body and I began to slip into unconsciousness. It was finally time to die. No, it ain't. Come on now. But I was ready to accept my fate, no longer afraid of the cold hand of death. The ultimate seed was no more. I had played my part. When I opened my eyes, I was in the ruins of Ostrainsbury Castle. Our victory was a narrow one indeed, but Azwel's schemes have come to nothing. Azwel was standing by my side, and a hushed silence surrounded us. I thanked him for everything he had done for me, and asked what he would do next. I shall continue to observe the world. I wish to see what the future that began today holds. Be proud, Katie. You not only saved yourself, but the world. Yay! I parted ways with Azwel at the castle and soon ran into Dion and Natalie. Katie, we were ready to give up. We searched the castle but found no sign of you, Azwel, or any fragment of the spirit soul. What happened? Were you able to defeat Azwel? I nodded and explained everything that had happened. Incredible, you have done a great deed today. We have seen no evidence of the ultimate seed on our end, though we are still investigating. I believe we can rest easy for now. Some of the qualifiers still remain, but we have cut off the serpent's head. It should be easy to take care of. Thank you, Katie. We would like to continue working with you. If we discover any new information you can use, we will send a messenger. The location of astral fissures, for example, or grow. Enough talking. We must go, Dion. Indeed. Farewell, Katie. Thank you again for all you have done. As my journey came to an end, I reflected on everything that had happened. Though I had started off fighting for my life, I ended up fighting to protect the world. I thought about what I had achieved and where fate had led me. If I had fulfilled my purpose, what should I do next? I could not decide just yet. For now, I would rest and ready myself for my next journey.
Your
Sharpest
soul
blade.
surges in your body.
Yay! It is complete. Chapter 5, A New Journey. Or maybe it's not complete. Hold on. Is it complete? One sec, y'all. I'm just checking something. Huh, I guess not. Yeah, that's it. Hold on, I'm gonna actually edit my title a bit. Let's see here. Settings out. Here we go. That did things a bit. Alright, we're gonna end this off by doing a little bit of 2B gameplay. Technically, I haven't actually completed the main story in Libra of Soul, but I figured I was going to, but I'll save it for another stream. Instead, I'm just gonna go and do some bonus 2B gameplay, and then maybe come back to this later. Let's see now. Alright. I'm gonna do a quick little bonus match. A little versus match right there. Yeah, I'll just do a quick arcade mode playthrough with Nier, and that'll be it for the stream. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost fine. I have no idea how to play this character, so we'll see how she does. Alright, to be or not to be.
A merchant ship replete with riches attracts more chaos than customers.
Unknown energy signature detected.
Then we terminate it.
I swear I will tear you apart!
Battle 1. Fight!
What? What? Okay, that's pretty crazy so far. Whoa. Whoa. Calm down. Okay. I'm just mashing buttons right now because I have no idea how to use this character. Yeah.
Battle 2. Fight!
Whoa. Whoa, I have no idea what I was gonna do, man. Oh, I thought that was it. Nice. Okay, I've never played the Nier Automata game or whatever, how you pronounce the game that this character comes from. So far, she's pretty cool. Oh, look at this crazy combo. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Report. Item recovered.
What is it?
A traffic ticket.
I see.
Maxi. Stage 2.
in a cursed castle hall.
Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Battle.
Bring it on, Maxi.
Fight.
Oh, this is crazy. I'm guessing she... Kind of like Dante, you can like cancel out her moves. And do like other moves. Woo! Calm down, Maxi.
Battle 2. Fight.
Initializing firing system.
I don't know what that was, but I'll take it. No!
Yeah, right. Just KO.
There we go. No!
Battle 3. Fight.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Plane.
Hostile threat eliminated.
Glory to mankind.
Glory to mankind. Nice. I wonder how she's even able to see out of that mask. Alright. Somna.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the...
Alert. Hostile life form detected.
I'll handle it. See what you like.
Battle 1. Fight.
Oh boy.
Too slow.
Oh, you good. Oh. Yeah.
stand.
Battle 2. Fight.
Play.
I'll kill you. You go.
Okay. Oh man. I've yet to use her soul charge or her critical edge. That was pretty nice.
Battle 3. Fight.
Activating play.
Owie. Okay, I don't know. I don't see that from work. Alright, at some point I'll do her
Claim
power soul
victory
charge and
and
critical edge.
bask in...
I cannot die.
Oh,
I promise.
That's interesting. Alright, stage 4. Why does it always grow? It seems like I always fight grow on stage 4 of arcade mode. If I remember correctly, there's 7 stages to this arcade mode. So we're almost halfway.
Warriors cross swords beneath the gaze of the ancient gods.
Maybe there's 8, actually.
Unknown
It's either
energy
7 or
signature
8.
detected.
No, it's 7, I'm pretty sure.
My mission is what matters, not you.
Oh, if y'all hear 2, then
Battle
about
1. Fight!
that kind of thing, like really smooth. So that's good, I think. Oh, yeah.
Engaging.
Oh, that don't work. Oh! Oh boy. No boy. Oh, we sent him flying.
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh, I wonder if I can combo into my critical edge with that. Possibly. Maybe I'll try that next time.
Battle 3. Fight!
Oh, that don't work.
I'll kill you.
Oh, that's crazy damage here. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, dang it. That's not how that works. We're going completely in the wrong direction here. We just destroyed Grove.
Hostile threat eliminated.
Glory to mankind.
Astaroth. Stage 5. He's a big boy. I don't even think we ever encountered him in the Libra of Soul mode. Maybe for
The
on the
cacophony
evil
of battle
side.
cuts through the deathly silence in an invitation to madness.
And again, that's actually
Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
But I wanted to do some 2D gameplay
Is
tonight.
that all you have to say?
So, we'll do this and then call it.
1. Fight! Take this!
Oh! Yeah. Ow. There's not any way to treat a lady after all. Oh no. Woo, baby. Got him.
Victory
Oh,
goes to
yes.
the last one standing.
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh. Are you trying to flush?
You're mine!
Oh, you missed me. Your grab is failed. No, that's not gonna work. Again. I really should try to do that. No. No.
range combat is advised.
Okay, maybe I can try and hit it there.
Close range combat is advised.
Ah! How can I hit it?
The
Oh,
battle.
maybe that could be a good way to combo it. It's not.
I cannot die. I made someone promise.
It took a long time to say that sentence. I'm sure there's some good ways to combo into that critical edge, just not figuring them out. Yet to use it though, I'm gonna use it. I also want to use the Soul Charge. I haven't used for Soul Charge at all either. She just already has crazy enough normal moves. Hello, Cervantes. Arr, matey.
Blood, flesh, and souls are off.
Unknown energy signature detected.
Then we terminate it.
You done talking yet?
Battle 1. Fight!
Fight time? If we can fight her, I have concerns about this. Oh, that's so good.
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh boy. Oh, I just like that. Down, Cervantes, calm down. Wow, somehow get me there. Woo! There we go.
Victory.
Incinerate you!
Fight!
Oh. Okay. Dang it, I was gonna use it. I'm gonna use the critical edge finally. Then look at it. I'm not gonna use it.
Report. Item recovered.
What is it?
Classified data.
I see.
I have no idea what the meaning behind that robot following her is, or even what she is. I don't care, she's cool. That's the deal with me with a lot of guest characters that appear in SoulCalibur. I don't really tend to play their games. I didn't play The Witcher, Geralt. I didn't play Assassin's Creed with Ezio. I played Legend of Zelda games, of
The
course,
winds
and
fan the
Tekken, of
flames of
course.
the warriors' fighting spirits.
And I watch the Star Wars movies.
Unknown energy signature detected.
Then we terminate it.
I believe in the path I've chosen.
Okay, hold on, maybe it is 8 stages, actually. Think about it. I know for a fact that... No. I know for a fact the final stage is always Geralt on the normal difficulty in this arcade mode, so it's not fun Geralt. Oh, that was pretty sick. I have no idea how I did that, but I'll take it. Also, I did it again.
Battle spirit
spirit's surging. Fight!
Go.
Nice. That's actually pretty quick at that too. It's not taking that long to charge up. Cool. Good. Stop getting so hard. Oh no. You tried to ring me out, but it didn't work. And again, I would have to use the critical edge. Keeps getting weird.
Item recovered.
What is it?
Unknown.
I
I
see.
see.
Alright, now, final opponent, Geralt. Guest character versus guest character time. Oh yeah. I wonder if anyone ever thought that these two would ever fight in a fighting game. I want to see if they have a special interaction. They probably don't. I'm probably asking too much.
Warriors' spirits are forged below the never-ending skies.
Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
Come on, let's do this.
Nope. Didn't have
Battle
to.
1. Fight!
Aha.
Bring up!
Yeah.
Battle 2. Fight!
Firing laser.
I'm loaded.
Stay down.
Firing laser.
Bring up!
Oh cool, you can actually charge it. So, you actually like hold down the button to target it.
Battle 3. Fight!
Laser.
That's a really shooting thing, actually. But I hope you have quick reaction time to get that word up. Alright, what time is this? And he blocks it, of course he does. The one time I try to actually use it, he blocks it. Alright, I didn't ever even lose a single weapon with her. That was my first time using her too.
Report. Item recovered.
What is it?
Unknown.
I see.
Congratulations.
Alright, I want to do that one move. See what it looks like. So...
Welcome to the stage of history retold. To be.
Proceeding to target location. Pod.
Retrieving map data.
I thought I would go up against one of my creative characters. I have way too much stuff in my head. Yeah.
Soul of Sophitia.
I won't lose!
Ooh, right, I gotta let her go on her stage. Where is it? Here it is. City Ruins, Eternal Apocalypse. I forgot she had her own stage.
Everything that lives is designed to end.
Alert. Hostile life form detected.
I'll handle it.
Am I good enough? Battle 1. Fight!
Hey, listen. You're going up against two people. Oh, okay, that's one way to do it.
Stand.
Battle 2. Fight!
Okay. That's what that does. Oh, shit, button, dude. Okay, they got that. What else might I do? What's that? Oh, something this one. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, nice.
Battle 3. Fight!
You let your guard down.
Executing support program.
Nice.
Initiating attack program.
We will continue to fight.
Poorly.
Until our day of reckoning comes.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
We will continue to fight. I cannot die. I made some promise.
Okay. Actually, I believe that'll about do it for this stream. I know this is a shorter stream, but this is all I really have planned. I plan on defeating Azwel and Libra of Soul, and then doing a little bit of 2B gameplay. So next stream, I guess so. There might be more of this, or it might be some Overwatch at least. I know I want to do a stream of Overwatch sometime this week, as well as, yeah, possibly. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Until then, to everybody who watched this live on Twitch or watching this on YouTube, thank y'all very much for watching. Ken at 12, and hope y'all have a great night, and peace out. To be is fun. To be or not to be? To be.